Hi, Linda with Veritas Security here. Today we're going to talk about risk registries. If you don't have one already, think about creating one. It's really just a list of outstanding items you have for your security program. It can help you with planning for future spending with your security program, and it can also make sure that you remember the places where you've accepted risk. One of the things that I know most companies have, even though it's a big no-no or it's supposed to be, are shared accounts. Sometimes it really makes sense. You don't want to pay for multiple licenses. You don't use the tool very often. There's no need to keep track of individual usage because there aren't security risks. You might use this for certain marketing apps or design apps where individual tracking or saving of data really isn't needed. That's okay. And some companies still even use shared accounts for break glass situations and for administration. If you've decided that it's within your risk appetite to allow for these shared accounts, you should still know that you have these shared accounts out there. A risk registry is a great place to track items like this, where you know that maybe it's something you shouldn't be doing or something you'd like to change later, but you're doing it now for whatever reason makes sense for your business. Put those items in a risk registry. Even if you make a note that says this is within our risk appetite, or this is something we're going to fix later, we don't have the money right now, whatever those things are, track them all in your risk registry. Some other items might be around logging. Maybe you're not logging everything that you would like to log in the future. Maybe you don't have as many alerts set up on your logging as you'd like. Note all of those things in the risk registry. And if you're doing a control review and you find places or have challenges from someone about how a control is implemented, again, just make a note in your risk registry. Maybe it's something you just want to review in the future. Make a note, say when you'd like to do it, keep track of those items. It doesn't matter what form they're in. If you're not using a tool, there are different ways you can do it, including an Excel spreadsheet. But with most tools, you'll be asked to rank the rating. Um, and then as in the inherent risk, right? An inherent risk is the true risk of the item. Then after you figure out the mitigations you have and such, you can put the residual risk, and that's sort of what you think you're exposing the company to, and you can set the level for that. You could put in and should put in target dates for completion, when you want the next review date to be, and when the next approval date should be. So accepted risk should be something that everybody on your security committee reviews and agrees is within your risk appetite. Then you can mark them as accepted risks and maybe review them every year. Yep, it's still within our risk appetite. Maybe if they're critical items, you want to review them every 6 months. But if you're having regular meetings with your designated security committee, you can just pull up that list and use it as a checklist. Are we ready to start to work on these things that we've added to the risk registry? No, maybe we bump them out a little bit farther. Are we still doing things a certain way? Are we ready to change how we're doing things? And just go through the items one by one. And to make it simple, easy filter, just make sure you're only looking at the things that are either reopened for review or new. But every time something new comes up, you would want it to go through that committee review. And whoever entered that risk should be there at the committee meeting to discuss that risk. These don't have to be complicated conversations, but it's important that you keep track of those things for the knowing the state of your security program today and for planning for your security for the future. Thanks. This is Linda with Veritas Security.